Shena here. We are going to do a treadmill talk. Today I'm not coming at you live, I'm actually coming at you recorded. So we're going to fire up this baby here on the treadmill, give it a start. Alright, start out slow. Just like getting back to health. Now I'm going to increase my speed because I'm getting better and better. So, and don't judge me. Yes, it is January the, 13th, 14th, 15th, January 16th. And I still have my Christmas tree up. So I'm working on it, you guys. Actually, we just moved a bunch of inventory into the store yesterday. So trying to get some stuff done down there before I go in for surgery and get inventory flipped, get the Christmas trees down there too. So, I've been burdened by Christmas trees. We literally started getting Christmas trees out and Christmas stuff out. I did it toward the mid to end September because of how slow I am. So I'm just like starting on the treadmill. So that's another thing I want to talk about. Slow, starting slow. Today I've been really fired up and I really want to get going and I have all these things I want to do. And, I was I was writing my thoughts out and trying to put together a LinkedIn article, and I'm really liking doing that, doing the writing and stuff. I don't know if anybody reads them, and I don't care. They're pretty simplistic, but I think that I put some pretty good resources in there. That's what I think. So if anything, that's what I feel I do. However, as I was writing it, it talked about, one of the things brought up is how do you ease yourself back into your career after cancer? Oh, yeah, that's where Shena is, and plus, with the added sprinkle on top of being a business owner, and I thought I'll post the link to the LinkedIn article in the comments here if you want to take a look at it. And I thought about too, being a business owner, and I'm ready to launch. I made the choice to keep my retail store open during my cancer the best as many hours as I could, and working around with the pandemic situation. And now I'm at the tail end of this where I'm getting really healthy, and not just healthy from the cancer, not just having my last surgery, but we're finally figuring out ways that manage the chronic pain and chronic migraine. However, I have noticed since I've been holding myself accountable and doing these talks on the treadmill, that since I'm on the treadmill every day, chronic pain in my leg is more noticeable, and it feels like it's been worse. What a strange new body I have. I don't know. My back muscles are weird from the surgery. My sensations are weird. All this stuff is normal. But I'm noticing that. However, slowly, my health, I feel, my strength, it's all been improving. And that's the way I need to approach it with work. So I know at the beginning of my cancer journey, I was so overwhelmed and I had so much to do that I ignored necessary healing time, and I set myself back. So, and it's also important. I've taken this cancer journey very publicly. A lot of people choose to, not do that, and that's okay. If I was in a position where I worked for somebody else or at a major company or something, I would keep it to myself because I would be afraid of losing my job. But I don't. The only thing I have to fear is losing customers, and all I have to gain from doing this and sharing my experience is maybe inspiring others, pointing somebody else to a resource, and gaining encouragement to fight this fight, which everybody's been amazing at. But you have to ease back into that career transition very slowly. And, one of the big decisions was, do I keep my retail store open or do I close it as a small business owner, as a single woman, as a person without, family around? well, family's not always blood. People show up when you need them. That's what I found. I really just, I put my faith in God during those times. I asked for clear signs and directions, and something always fills in to fulfill the need, that which is meant to be for my forward momentum, I guess. So anyway, I need to push myself back in slowly, but how do I go from here? I'm really at a roundabout. I haven't done any work with any type of personal coach for, 15 years. I don't know, almost 15 years. Not since, other than going to the success nights for Mary Kay, because that is business coaching and personal coaching. It's valuable experience, really. But to actually sit down, because I'm at a place where I need to figure out what my next steps are. Here I am changed. There's no doubt. Physically, 100%. Mentally, emotionally, 100%. Cancer and this journey, and where I've taken it and been through it, it's time to step out into this new big life. And it's time to continue also moving forward with plans I had pre-cancer. They just need to be adjusted, okay, right? So if it's meant to be, and through all of this, I'm a really faithful woman. I believe so much in the power of the universe, and the power of God, and in the power of thinking good thoughts. And I really think that fear and other thoughts are meant to detract us from what we need to be doing. But I don't know I don't know how to get there, and what my next step is. So I seek out the wisdom and the knowledge of other people. That's why I like to watch these coaches. And you can take the time to sign up for like an individual call with them. We all worry about that question. Well, I know it's going to charge me something. Well, I believe that if that's really what's meant to be for you, a door will be opened. But until it does, or you have time to choose, don't feel like you're wasting their time, because even a not now moment doesn't mean not ever. And situations change dramatically all the time. We often look at situations changing for the worse, immediately. A natural disaster, fire. But what we fail to remember is that things change immediately for the best too. Things can change overnight. Look at Powerball winners, right? Okay. So, here I go. What is the phase of the next part of my life look? I am just a little over 2 weeks away from having the tissue expanders replaced and being done with all of this. Of course, all of this walking and everything is going to be in vain, because I'll just lose it all immediately after the surgery. But I built myself back up more than once, and I can do it again. And this time, I know that I'm not fighting for my life. I know that I'm better able to mentally and physically deal with my chronic pain and the migraines. And I'm confident in the treatment that I have right now. And I am just ready to get moving in life. So that's it. It'll be about 12 weeks. And what do? I've been working on all of this branding and startup, and wanting to do things, and all of this planning and preparation behind the scenes for all sorts of stuff that I, in the back of my head, I fear it's just a flop. It's no good. It's, all those self-criticisms, that vulnerability. It's hard to put yourself out there. You know, even that simple LinkedIn article, you know, I don't write in great detail. I just, like a quick read, like USA Today used to be, I suppose. And I point out some tidbits of information I find useful with my thoughts, my experience. And all I really hope to do is help somebody else. So I guess we're gonna watch me not only reclaim this body of mine here, as we've been doing for how long now? My YouTube videos go back to when? Back to teen boobies, I think. But, you know, we're rising for more. You know, now able to do more, do greater, do better. You know, I always had a rather healthy lifestyle before, as far as diet, activity, you know, stress reduction. So making these changes with these exercises and stuff is not, it's not an imposition on me, because it's been hard for me this whole entire journey. And it was hard for me when I had the surgery in my leg back in 2015, where I couldn't. Oh, I remember my neighbor, Miss Becky, used to come over and dig holes for me to plant my flowers at my house. I missed that time. That was one of my favorite times in life. And we had dinner together, coffee in the morning. But it took me a while to build that back up. It was summertime, so I could walk outside. And I had not developed a chronic pain condition yet. So, or I had, but I just thought it was healing from the surgery. Anyways, so stuck walking inside. I've been working with the dogs. Jack, when he was little, I used to be able to get him on the treadmill, but now he wants nothing to do with it. And Miss Diane over there, she's like, nope, no way, Jose. So I was going to read from Ovid Metamorphosis. We probably should do 4 more pages. We wound up on page, I gotta turn this down. Oh, see, you can do that too. You start going too fast at something, slow your roll. That's what that, click on that link in my LinkedIn article that takes you to the, if you click on the icon of the picture for the Cancer Plus Business, it shows, it'll take you directly to a page that talks about easing your way back into work. And then I also included a video from a coach who talks about, you know, sharing your story at work. So, all right. Anyway, so I'm working on all sorts of metamorphosis, and I'm rambling on. And basically, what I'm just saying is, I don't know, you know, where. I don't have my glasses. I don't know where I'm going to. I don't have my glasses, so we can't read. And these words are way too little for me to try to decipher. I'm so sorry. We will resume on that tomorrow. But I don't know why I didn't think about that. I had all on my mind about what I was going to talk about starting out slow and journeys and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, impatience and wanting stuff right now. It's a distraction. You know, and it's very difficult to wait, to hurry up and wait, and to let things unfold as they should, as the divine plan is. And, you know, you've dug your ditches, you're expecting rain, right? Where's that rain? You know? So, that's kind of how I feel here, you know, is I've dug my ditches and I'm just waiting for my rain. I'm still working on it, and I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, and that's scary, and I'm anxious to grasp some form of life that is consistent, yet life is never consistent. You know, the only thing consistent is change, right? Yeah. I got this one here that's broken. So, yeah, I start touching on, I'm going to write a series of articles as I think through this process. And I've also realized lately that it's time for me to finish that that darn essay of what I'm working on about my cancer journey, having a single tangible product of some things and some thoughts. You know, I've written enough. I think, where did I see? It takes a certain amount of Facebook posts to write a chapter in a book. So I should actually be laying these tracks down that I am, I guess, in a book format. So for somebody to come across and be like, damn, I thought I had it bad. At least I feel better about myself now. No, seriously. You know, that's the other half of it. You know, the risk of telling your story is also that old adage of, you know, where you should keep your problems to yourself, because 80% of the people don't give a shit that you have them, and 20% of the people are happy that you have them, right? But then we also have those monikers that ring true that are, you know, even bad press is good press, you know? Everybody wants to drive by the burning down house. You know? Everybody wants to see, you know, the latest celebrity tabloid scandal, whatnot, you know? So, yeah. And actually, I don't know if the statistics have changed, but I believe that it's a satisfied customer will tell about 4 people that they were happy with the experience, and a dissatisfied person will tell 26 people on average. And then on average, that will spread. It just balloons. And it's probably worse than that these days, I suppose, with social media. So that was actually statistics from the mid to late 90s. But, you know, and it reminds me of, and bad press is good press. Reminds me of the story, and this is good too. You know, we need to be kind to ourselves. Think about how we talk to ourselves. And I need to pause one moment here. So excuse me. I have this foamy thing. Foamy thing. All right. And I use this. Oh. Well, why am I slowed down again? I thought I did the right thing. It was rubbing up against it, fell in front of the treadmill. Oh, I didn't have to. What's going on? Okay. Oh, and I've heard fathers say this at church and during the homily that the story about, and I've also heard this on several different, you know, people that talk about using our words, you know, and how we use them, how we think, our actions. I've always heard that if you don't have anything nice to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. I've always heard that, you know, we should only use our words to help heal or heal, you know? So it goes back to, you know, and there's a story about a woman who goes to the priest, and he gives her a chicken, and she's so excited. She's like, well, I got a chicken. So this woman was like, I guess the biggest gossip in town, okay? So he gives her a chicken. She's so excited, and he says, yeah, I want a chicken. He goes, I give you the honor, I'm paraphrasing here, I don't know if he did, but of cooking this chicken for me. She's like, hooray. He goes, but first I want you to go home. He goes, I want you to pluck every feather off of this chicken. And he goes, I want you to release it into the wind and bring me back the chicken for my meal. So she does that. She brings me back the chicken, or brings him back the chicken. And he tells her, now go collect all of those feathers that you plucked. And she's like, I can't. They're blown into the wind. So, you know, our thoughts are like that too. I've also seen it done where people will rip open a pillow and then say, pick up every single feather and put it back. You know, that's how powerful our words can be. You know, and we're all familiar with how powerful hurtful words can be, how powerful mean-spirited words can be. but we also need to start to resonate and vibrate with the frequency of how powerful positive words can be, and how those, you can recognize that negative self-talk, adjust your thinking, and keep working toward it. That's how you accomplish everything on your vision board in 6 years except for one, like my friend Megan. That's how people say they're going to get a master's degree and they go and do it. It's how people become completely healthy and recover again despite everything that their body's been through, and finding a way to live life and make it happen. And that thinking, it says so much. Thinking can cause anxiety. Have you ever seen those diagrams where it shows like a big ball and says the actual thing, the things that you worry about, and the actual things that really happen is this little ball inside of the big circle? Well, that's pretty much true. So, yeah. Anyway, but we're figuring it out with this experiment here. I'm figuring it out. I know I can't be the only middle-aged woman going through breast cancer and a major way of trying to figure out how to work. I mean, if you're not going through cancer, maybe your job has changed. You're figuring out how to work. That's all over the place right now. So, yeah. So I don't know. So I'm putting it out there, just tidbits of what I'm doing and using, what I'm looking at. And I hope that encourages you and inspires you, that if you have an inkling in your heart that you need to make a change, that you need to add something to your life, you need to cut something from your life, maybe something I toss out there will connect with you. I believe that. Like I said the other day, I was talking about the adage of when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So I suppose you could also say the teacher appears when the student's ready, right? So I don't know. What I know how to do good is turn around negative self-talk into positive self-talk. I've always worked with that throughout my my holistic healing career, my healing career. And I'm seeing it more than ever lately. And I like it that I'm seeing principles of business being integrated with soul work. It's just like at the hospital when I did pain management, 5 years ago, in groups 4 or 5 years ago, that combines basically becoming aware of yourself and acceptance to heal yourself. And your mind does the way you think about pain in your brain. And pain is all in your brain. I mean, it's there, but it's receptors firing, your brain responding, creating a response. But the way that you cope with it, biofeedback, other things, those things are powerful. A lot of that is self-talk combined with self-care. And so now I'm getting healthy, and now I have to figure out. I thought I had it figured out about how to function with the chronic pain and stuff before the cancer, and then the cancer changed all of that. So now it's just another time of patience and healing, but this time it's a little bit more difficult for me to rest. I have a lot more at stake, I feel. I really am anxious to have this last surgery done in the healing because I am ready to get back to life. I have some things that I need to get accomplished before I can start, I feel, fully living life. I need to do some adulting things that I didn't do before the cancer hit me. Need to put a will together, need a burial plot, need to plan a funeral, need to have all of my affairs in order, financials, need to have the business in order, what would happen if I would die? I have all these, yeah. But so I need to do that adulting part, because I never, ever, 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 ever want to experience about a cancer again. This type of cancer has a high recurrence rate, but I never, ever want to experience it again in the way that I experienced it this last time. So now it's a constant preparedness, a constant getting ready as to how I'm going to make myself stable and fit and healthy in all areas of my life, in my health life, mental and physical, in my personal life, my community, my church, relationships, friendships. How am I going to be whole financially, and how am I going to be whole in my business again, and what am I going to do to knock these things out of the ballpark? Also amidst this changed economy, it's kind of exciting. So that's why I'm looking for help. I'm looking for teachers. I'm looking for inspiration myself. And that's what I share a lot with you of, that is what I share, is what I've learned. In the past when I taught yoga and Reiki and did the healing work, I was certified and trained and did all of that, and I worked on a very different level. And other than working on animals, as far as the healing goes, I really have not, since I got sick, worked in that arena, because I feel, it's draining, and I use the time to focus and meditate and pray on healing myself. So, if anybody asks, I won't hesitate if they, need the help or want to go through things or work through things. And I do have a couple of people that I work with really regularly with some different healing techniques and lifestyle techniques. Nothing fancy, but just, basics that I was used to teaching. Breathing, and miss teaching the yoga, you guys. It's been really tough. So, yeah. So the timer should be going off soon. I actually recorded almost 10 minutes of video before this one, and I didn't like it. I'm just rambling on. But I want to be held accountable, talk about change, talk about doing things slowly. So, just like getting physically fit, getting back into the workforce. Getting back out there once you're healed. Pretty good. In February, I'll be done with my immunotherapy and chemotherapy for a year. There's something I find is strange is I'm losing hair again. My legs, it's not growing, or I don't know. I need to investigate that further. So if you're somebody that's been through cancer, or know somebody that has, and you guys have talked about this, let me know what that is. I don't know if it's normal. I've heard it happen to some cancer patients. And I always have the weird things happen, my big talk. Oh, there's the timer. All right, so we didn't read from Ovid today because I didn't wear my readers, and I can't see those little words without them. And I'll post the link, but just all sorts of things on my mind about the next steps and what's to come, and excited we're finally at the end, but how do I do these next steps? What do I do? So I'm gobbling up the resources. I'm gobbling up the career talks. I'm gobbling up the soul talks. I'm gobbling up all this information that I pray and I hope and I wish propels me forward into the next step of what I really want to do and what I feel, in my heart, and when I think about what I would really like to do, what comes forward. So I suppose here we go. I'm thinking of that. I need to start that start working on that Lean In Circle. So on my Facebook page here, there's the Rural Women's Collective, Business Collective. So I'm going to start doing that because I do post a lot of resources and other things regarding business-related stuff. And I think that opening that up to discussion between a group of ladies would be fun. So maybe we can get a group together. All right. Shena Collins here with the mission of Shena Strong, and hoping that you're strong too, and happy just to yak at you. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good Monday evening. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So it's a good day to think about equality and fairness and what kind of world that we wish that we lived in. All right. Peace and love, folks. Take care, y'all. Bye. Pull the plug. Whoop. Shut off the alarm.